This is the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport. Is it worth your consideration? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Holmes Honda to give you the particulars on this 25 version of the Civic with the hybrid powertrain. Not the first time the Honda Civic has had a hybrid powertrain, but the first time in quite a few years. If you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link down in the description of the video. Here on the front end, we're going to see some changes. Let's get over here where we have a little bit of shadow to kind of help things out, maybe reduce the glare a little bit. Now you'll notice some LED lighting, nothing new where your lights are concerned, your headlights, the housing design is not different. But this area right here is, you'll notice we no longer have those faux fog lights. And I'm not saying that that was a bad thing. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It's just a matter of personal preference. But now you have the functional air curtains right here that will help with your gas mileage, allowing air to flow through this area. And the overall design has changed as well. Kind of hard to see that. Maybe that's why we should go over here on the left-hand side, the driver's left and our right. But you can see the lines a little better with the shadow right there from the sun. So I guess that glare does have its advantages. And some other changes that are pretty minor as far as the exterior goes. The biggest changes obviously being under the hood. But let's talk about what you will find here in case this is something you want. The Sport trim level still comes with quite a bit. It is obviously going to be front wheel drive. And let's talk about our tire and wheel size for those who are interested in knowing. So we're going to have 235 on the width, a 40 series sidewall. The wheels are 18 inches. And unlike with some other models out there, when you go with these Sport trim level, now you won't have power folding side view mirrors and you won't have the turn signal indicators built in, but something you will have, in fact, a couple of things that I think you'll like. Number one, blind spot monitoring. Your blind spot information system, they're heated. Not unusual for them to be power adjustable, but that feature is also there. Here is your remote. No changes where that's concerned for 2025. It's the same basic remote the Civic has had since 2022 as far as its look and functionality goes. This model does have a sunroof, by the way. Finish things off here on the rear with a nice clean look. Now, one thing that may be a question, does it have a spare tire? As is the case with a lot of hybrids out there, the answer to that question is ultimately no. It's good to know what's going on ahead of time, so I'm going to share that with you. It does come with a tire repair kit, but for those of you who are wanting to know about the spare tire, there's your answer. This Civic Hybrid Sport is motivated to get down the road by a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder paired with a single electric motor. It makes 200 horsepower and 232 pounds-feet of torque mated to an e-cvt. So what will all of this do for your gas mileage? Let's take a look at the window sticker and find out. 50 city, 47 highway, 49 combined, and 2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. If you're curious to know, the gas tank size is 10.6 gallons. And besides the changes we've looked at already, such as the air curtains and the updated taillights, you also have the flat black splitter, the widened lower front grille, the body colored front lip splitter, and of course those updated taillights. And there's also going to be some updated colors: solar silver metallic, urban gray pearl, and blue lagoon pearl. And by the way, the one thing you might have been wondering about me possibly forgetting to tell you about, cargo capacity. 14.8 cubic feet is what we're going to find here. We're not going to find any changes as far as the functionality goes. You still pull on those releases to lower the rear seat backs, and that way you can maximize the potential space you have available. And you're still going to have the same armrest and basic design here as far as your interior goes. With the door panels, you'll still have a bottle holder right there. We're only going to have that singular rear seat pocket over on the passenger side. No air conditioning vents and no USB connectivity in the back seat area. However, there is a fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in, and here on the Sport trim level, if you want a sunroof, well, you can most certainly have that. There is your sunroof. It tilts and slides open. And if you're curious to know what it would cost you if you came into Holmes Honda and bought this Civic Hybrid Sport, $30,300 is the sticker price. Not too bad in this day and age. And you're not going to really see big changes on this particular model. You have the 7-inch screen here, but everything still works very well. Very easy to deal with. That flickering effect is my camera's fault. It's not really happening. Just so you know, people ask about that a lot of the time, but everything here is very easy to deal with. You have one touch down and one touch up. Power windows here in the front. So I'll show you. Let's see if we can show you that. I'm just going to push that again or pull that. And there you go. You see that that comes back up. Now the rear windows are not going to work that way. They're power, but you won't be able to use the same functionality as you did there. You'll have to hold the button down or up depending on what you're doing. And here is everything we have with the instrument cluster. So you can see what all is here. Typical, we're just using the scroll wheel right here to go through and see what we have, what we might need to see, or what we might need to look at, depending on what's going on with the vehicle or what we would like to see. Now, there is something that is new right there, the power flow meter. Haven't had that before. If you go in with the 9-inch touchscreen instead of the 7-inch touchscreen, you'll have the power flow meter there too. So pretty much the same layout here. You're going to have Honda sensing, adaptive cruise control. You're going to have collision mitigation, braking, road departure mitigation, all of that, traffic jam assist, lane keeping assist. It's all going to continue to be here. And dual zone climate control here in the front, your USB connectivity as far as all of that goes. And let's see what our driving modes are. So we're going to start with normal. You can go to Econ down there, and then we go up to sport mode. Pretty easy to deal with, pretty straightforward. And then when you go into reverse, still have that multi-view rear view camera. I would like to see Honda adding the 360-degree view and the other cameras that are available on some of a couple of other models, the Honda Pilot being one of those, to some of these other vehicles, the sedans. What do you think about that? Yeah, it would make the price go up a little bit, but I know some of you would be interested in that and say, I'm willing to pay for it. There's your 12-volt power outlet and your cup holders. All of that's going to continue to be here, and plentiful space within your center console. As far as that goes, I know a lot of people like to know about that. That little tray there is removable, by the way. And how about your upper console? The only thing missing here is a sunglass holder. There is none. But I don't know how many people actually use that. Tell me down in the comments section. That's a question I've never asked. How many of you say it's important to have a sunglass holder? And I guess you could use your glove box as a sunglass holder box instead of a glove box. I've never put gloves in the glove box personally, but that's what it's called. Another thing that is different here is something I'm very interested to find out about, because this will be the first 25 Civic Hybrid that I've driven. Honda has retuned the suspension. Let's get out on the road and see if I can tell a difference. As far as the test drive goes, well, I don't think we need a really long test drive, but I will say this. Definitely fun to drive. Good tight steering, great handling. The ride quality actually seems to maybe be a little better than it was previously. Maybe not a lot, but it just seems to be a little better. But if you're that person that's saying, Tom, every once in a while I have a stressful day, and when I do, at some point I like to get in my car and go out for a spirited drive out in the countryside, wherever you may live, this Civic Hybrid will definitely let you have that experience and really make it enjoyable. And while you may not have neck-snapping performance with 200 horsepower and 232 on your torque, it's enough to definitely get you down the road and get up to speed, no problem, and just have a good time. But you also have that great gas mileage potential with this hybrid powertrain. A lot of you asked for that, I know, in the last couple of years on the 11th generation Civic. Well, now you have it. So I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on the numbers. I don't know if anybody out there has had a 25 Civic Hybrid long enough, and you can share some good gas mileage numbers with us, or tell us what your gas mileage numbers have been, if you think they're good. Tell us down in the comments section. I am very curious to know. But overall, a very well-rounded vehicle. Easy to learn and use technology. The ride quality is comfortable. The seats themselves seem to be comfortable. I really can't say for sure how that's going to go long-term because, well, just a few minutes worth of a test drive isn't really enough to give you that information. Okay, it's your turn. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Is the 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport worth your consideration? Tell me what your thoughts are. And as Holmes Honda receives additional trim levels here at the dealership, I will definitely show you the details and the differences on those compared to the Sport trim level. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at the dealership for loaning me this Civic Hybrid for the day, and all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, you know the routine. Please hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.